You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. Smitty is live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Get on-demand one-on-one text advice with Smitty at thefantasyfootballshow.com.
You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón.
Get on-demand one-on-one text advice with Smitty at thefantasyfootballshow.com.
You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. Smitty is live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasy football.
Live from the fantasyfootballshow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
It is fantasy football phone call time.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
That's right. That's what we're doing today. Of course, I'm answering super chats as we go. Anybody drops a super chat, I will be answering your super chat. So drop them as we go. Fryermuth or Knox, give me Knox. I'm not worried about Dawson Knox. Everybody worried about Dawson Knox all of a sudden. I don't really understand what's going on with that, because he didn't do anything in one game when this team looked absolutely fire. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to? And are you worried about Dawson Knox?
This is Devin, and no, I'm not worried about Dawson Knox.
Attaboy. What can I do for you, Devin?
I'm worried about who to start for wide receiver. I just fleeced someone. I know you're saying to trade Najee, but I just got Najee for like McLaurin and a couple other small pieces. But that leaves me barren at wide receiver. I'm trying to pick who to start now. I got Jesse Palmer, Chris Olave, and I could pick somebody up like Ayuk or AJ Green. But I'm really struggling at wide receiver right now. I'm just looking for some advice on who do you think I should start?
So I like Ayuk a lot. I think people are gonna come away with, knee-jerk reacting, bro. Knee-jerk reacting. I mean, coming away from this water bowl, swimming pool gate in week number 1 against the Bears against the Niners in this like big, huge backyard swimming pool. Like, I mean, everyone's judging, but here's the problem. There's some potential weather concerns for Sunday, again, for San Francisco. So, I think I'm going to wait and see. Not that I'm giving up on Lance or whatever. It's just like, I want to see everything get resolved real quick before I think I trust in some players over others. It's not that I'm doubting, like Debo, I'm all in. I'm buying Debo. They're going to run Debo a lot. But there's a lot of moving parts going on right now, and I think you just want to see it before I think Palmer's a good play. I think with Keenan Allen out, bro, they're gonna game plan for him. Whereas like when Keenan Allen went down, it's like they didn't have everything prepared and ready, and he isn't practicing, the plays a certain way. Now he's coming in and trying to get in a rhythm. I think he's gonna be pretty smooth today. So
that's why I took pick just for this type of instance.
Yeah, I think I'm all about that. I think I go with Palmer. I could understand why somebody want to go Ayuk, and I could definitely get behind that. It wouldn't take long to convince me, but I certainly think that Palmer's got a lot of value this week if you need a plug and play. But he's got risk too. I mean, we don't have any like evidence to suggest that like this is a guaranteed lock of a situation. But you got a shootout. You got a quarterback named Justin Hubert, and he might drop fire, and that fire might be in the direction of this.
I got going too.
You what?
I have that stack.
Yeah, the stack is fun.
Herbert and Palmer. Herbert is the go. Well, it's not much of a stack, but
yeah.
Herbert is the go.
Sometimes the stack,
anyway.
can trick you, but I think it's fun. It's fun. Toss it out there. I would. But like Olave, these are 3 pretty decent options. I wouldn't like be panicked over this. Like any one of these guys or all 3 of them could have a pretty decent day. So not horrible options. All right, bro. Call in again if you have another question.
All right. Later.
All right. That was a good question. But dial in. You guys got any supers, drop them, and now prioritize and put you ahead of the line. Super chats always get priority. I'm sorry. It's the way the world works. CEH or Dylan, running back 2 PPR. Dylan. As much as I like CEH, I'd find a way to play him if you can. But Dylan is like a running back 2. CEH is like a low end running back 2, but a super high end flex. What's up, You're live on the Fantasy Football Show.
Hey, Smitty, what's going on?
What's up, man? Who am I talking to?
Hey, I have a. Oh, you're talking to Steven.
Steven, hit me.
Hey, so I had a question. It was about DeAndre Swift. I don't have him, but I just picked up Jamal Charles because Jamal Williams. I'm sorry, because Swift hasn't been practicing. I mean, they've still been saying that he still might play, but I'm assuming I don't know like what's gonna happen if he doesn't practice again tomorrow. But I also have like Mike Williams, so I was thinking that if Mike Williams is out, then I would just put Jamal Williams in there if I get confirmation that both those guys are out.
I mean, you definitely jump on the gun because there's nothing. I mean, Swift is sitting out, but it's precautionary. He said there's not a problem at all. He could be lying to us. Is that a possibility? Sure, but I think you're going down a road you don't necessarily need to go down. I know people are worried about Swift.
Yeah.
But we'll see. He's fully expected to play. I'm looking at a report right here. Just trying to pull up the most recent news for you. Pro Football Network's Aaron Wilson reports DeAndre Swift ankle is expected to play Sunday. So let me just put this little nugget on screen for you so that you can rest easy. But you're going down anxiety rabbit holes, bro. You don't need to do this. I mean, if he sits for whatever reason, any point during the season, you'll have Jamal Williams. You can put him in there. He'll be fine. But this is anxiety city that you're going down right here. Here's the most recent report. He is expected to play. He's just resting.
All right.
Well-deserved rest, okay?
Okay.
All right, what else you got?
No, it's no problem. With Mike Williams, if Mike Evans, if he does miss, are you fine with plugging in Allen Robinson?
Over who?
Well, if Evans sits, because I guess he has the calf injury. He was limited yesterday, and I guess he didn't practice today. I didn't see anything that said it could be like a rest day, so I don't know if it was like a seg back or anything.
I think
if Mike Evans is out.
Look, yeah, of course. If he's out, sure. But like again, you're going down a rabbit hole you don't need to go down.
Yeah, I get what you're
this
saying.
right here's the most recent report on that one. Did not practice. This is fine. You know, this is it doesn't necessarily mean anything. ESPN saying relatively minor situation until it unfolds or unravels. Don't get too excited. Steven, hit me with something useful here. Okay, you're in panic mode. I can hear the panic in your voice. You need to relax. Your starters will be fine. Ask me a complicated question, Steven.
All right, no, I'm sorry, man.
It's okay.
Can I ask you a starter sit for a defense?
Do it. And I can tell you right now, the defense probably isn't out. The defense is probably going to play. But go ahead.
So I was just looking between it was like between like the Colts defense or I was thinking about either just keeping them in or using the Steelers or the Cleveland Browns defense.
Okay, so you have between the Colts, the Colts defense and who else? The Steelers?
Steelers or I know that the Cleveland Browns are out there and they're facing the Jets. So I get it was between like those.
Yeah. Let me see if there's any other defensive plays that look appealing. I think the Colts are probably the Pittsburgh Steelers played so tough, and I know they don't have Watt, but like they play extremely tough. And this guy Mac Jones is a tummy ache. You know, he's sitting out with a little tummy ache. You know, they might get him a juice box, and he could be okay for Sunday, but his backy hurt, and then he got a tummy ache. I don't know. Part of me, I think we need Ron Navy for this one. Ron Navy, call in and let's see if the Steelers can maybe upset. I'll wait for Ron Navy's call. We'll merge him in, and we'll see if maybe Ron Navy thinks his defense can step up anyway without Watt and disrupt Mac Jones's tummy, because Mac Jones is sitting out with an itty bitty, ouchie, and they did X-rays on his back. And they came back negative. It just so happens this is how he plays. They're like, no, trying to find an explanation as to why he plays the way he plays. X-rays were negative. This is just the way he is. Ron Navy. I thought I merged Ron. Ron, I'm sorry. Try one more time. I hit the button. Here we go. Ron Navy, you are live on the show. Ron, can you give us any insight on this Pittsburgh Steelers defense against Mac Jones and the tummy ache bandits?
Yeah, well, it's kind of it's a little risky because Watt's not in there and Watt causes the offense distraction. But I mean, you got a lot of other good pieces on there, like Minka Fitzpatrick and all them. So I mean, it might not be a bad play, and they're playing in Pittsburgh, which makes a difference. I think you're not playing in New England, so it could be a good play. I mean, I think if TJ wasn't injured, it'd be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But either or is fine. I mean, you kind of got to go with your gut. But I know Mac is kind of injured, and New England did not look good week one. So. Hey, maybe Pittsburgh, they might be an okay play this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking too. Just because, like, as a Patriots fan, I was watching Mac Jones, and the whole thing really didn't really look too good. And they're trying to figure out how to get Kendrick Bourne more involved, because it seems like it's all like dysfunctional right now.
Yeah. All right, Steven, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to call back if you have another question. The phone lines will be open.
Okay, thank you, man. I appreciate the advice. Thank you.
Yeah, take some deep breaths. You're fine. Your boys are good. All right, later, man.
All right, thanks.
All right, Ron, let me give you your proper introduction. Hold on one second. Ron Navy is on the phone, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Ron the Don.
Ron, what else is going on?
Well, I actually was. Did you say you would start Knox over Freiermuth this week?
I probably would. I mean, Knox is in my top. Like, if we're starting out week 1 over again, Knox is in my top 5 or 6. You know, Freiermuth is around 6 or 7. They're neck and neck. But what I saw in week 1 scares me zero about Knox. It's encouraging. I know he didn't do well, but this isn't like A-Rob where we're worried about Allen Robinson because we're worried about the offense and everything. You know, we're worried about Stafford's elbow. There's a lot to be concerned about that trickles down to A-Rob. Whereas Knox's offense was on fire. Everybody was getting fed. He didn't, but he was blocking. It was a unique game. And, you know, his assignments might have been different. And the fact that the offense is firing on all cylinders, I mean, I'm not concerned at all about Knox. I think people are freaking out. He's a great buy low, and he's still a top 6 tight end to me. Freiermuth is right around there. I think the only reason I'm concerned about Freiermuth over Knox is because, again, week 1 doesn't concern me. I just think that Freiermuth could be hit hot and cold as they try and work through this Trubisky nonsense.
I have the opposite take on that. I think, you know, Freiermuth was the top tight end as far as receiving yards and usage and targets last week, and I think with Trubisky in there and the way that New England plays their defenses, he's going to continue to be the hot hand there. And Pittsburgh has less overall targets for Trubisky than Buffalo has for Knox. So, I mean, you think about it. In Buffalo, you got Gabe Davis, got to be fed the ball. He's going to be fed the ball. You got Diggs, who's going to be fed the ball. You got McKenzie, who's going to be fed the ball. You got Singletary. You got the 3 running backs with the Moss. I mean, they've been feeding him the ball. So I think that I would rather take a chance on Freiermuth, knowing that there's less targets in Pittsburgh, and Trubisky's obviously using him a lot. I think he's actually a better play. In my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's again 5 or 6 versus 6 or 7, so they're like neck and neck, back to back for me on rankings and such. But if you look at this, is the concerning part: 10 targets, 5 receptions. Trubisky's awful. You know this. 50%. You know, like if Pickett were in there, it'd probably be like, even if it was 8 targets, it'd be 7, receptions. I think. So it's like that's the part that bothers me. Like quality targets, he got 5. He did great with them, and I like him, and that's why he's ranking in my top 6, 7, 8 for tight ends. He's a great start. But I just think Knox is like, he was higher than Freiermuth going into week 1, and again, nothing at all concerns me. The offense looks absolutely fire. His assignments will be different in this game. He won't necessarily be told, hey, you be a blocker all game. He's going to go out there, and I think he's going to have one of those bounce back defenses trying to shut down Gabe Davis and Diggs type of 2 TD or at least 1 TD affairs. I'm getting Knox out there, and I think people that sit him because of week 1 are going to be so upset at themselves. But I like Freiermuth. You got Freiermuth, fire him up. He's a good play.
Yeah, I got Freiermuth in the Snipe City League. I also have Hurts. I'm starting Freiermuth, but Hurts is interesting this week going against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And he could be a really good. They used him in week 1 against the Steelers. He actually looked really, really good. So Hurts is another one that actually against the Cowboys could be a really good start this week.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, Ron? What do you got?
That's about it. Loved your video earlier.
Thank you, Ron.
Always.
Appreciate you, Ron
If you
Navy.
haven't checked it out, go check it out.
Yeah, week 2
And
by Lowe's.
it should be a barn burner tonight. I mean, it looks like it's all playing up to be a huge game tonight, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it should be one of those high-scoring affairs. I don't think it'll be a disappointing, low-scoring game. And I should probably do some prop stuff as well. But get your lineup set. Get ready for a shootout. Get Joshua Palmer into your lineups if you have a hole at wide receiver 3. I think he's a good play. DeAndre's pretty good too. What are your thoughts before you go? What are your thoughts between those two players, DeAndre and Joshua Palmer?
Well, that kind of. Well, I mean, I think Palmer's going to get used, and I think it's the reason Carter, kind of went off a little bit last week is just situational and the way it was. But I think Palmer going to step up and probably be targeted more this week, and we'll just have to wait and see. If Carter, he was only targeted 4 times, but it was the perfect 4 times for him. He scored a touchdown and all that. So I'm not I'm waiting on Carter just to see what if he's going to be a week-to-week use or if he was just here and now use. What I mean?
Week 1's always got a couple 1-week wonders, and I think 2 of them could be. I'm not saying that they can't be good or whatever, but 2 of them feel like they're going to be Curtis Samuel and DeAndre Carter. I like DeAndre Carter still this week if you need a play and Palmer's out, but I'm not saying he's a bust. But I don't understand this Curtis Samuel stuff. Like, Curtis Samuel's a good pickup and play, like if you're desperate, but there's some people that are like Curtis Samuel or or DK Metcalf or Curtis Samuel or Mooney. Like this Mooney nonsense. What are you guys doing? It's 1 week. 1 week. And I know you're going to come in and say you like Curtis Samuel, but to the point of people reacting after 1 week, Mooney is a wide receiver 2. Not even a wide receiver 3. He's a wide receiver 2. You want to toy around with Curtis Samuel in your flex or your wide receiver 3 spot, fine. But stop going near players like Mooney. Don't go benching players like it's crazy. Like Mooney's. I have people dropping Mooney. I have people saying, should I cut Mooney for Curtis Samuel? And it's like, what are you doing? Curtis Samuel's the 3rd wide receiver on his offense. And he's, again, an attractive pickup and play if you're in desperate need at your wide receiver 3. But why are people sitting Mooney after a water bowl?
Well, I actually was following Samuels early on, and watching it, and they kept him out of the preseason, wanted to keep him healthy because, him and Rivera have history. Rivera wants to use him like a McCaffrey type of gadget guy who can do different things. And, I agree. I mean, he's not going to be a wide receiver 1 week to week, but he's a really good, I think, flex position person that, like I said, I was drafted him way early when he was really cheap in best ball.
I just don't understand.
I'm not down on him.
Yeah, I mean, Wentz, though. Like, I get Wentz looked good. He had a good week 1, but, week 1 doesn't prove things. Week 1 doesn't, prove things in either direction. Like, Wentz is not going to feed this. He's not going to facilitate so much that all 3 of these wide receivers are just going to eat. Like, Dodson over Samuel all day long. McLaurin over Samuel all day long. Like, how do we find 3 wide receivers on this offense that we're going to want to plug into our lineup? It's crazy to me. But I mean, grab them if you need a wide receiver.
You got to add Gibby into that mix too.
Yeah.
Because Gibby was received. Gibby's the Rivera finally decided, you were a receiver, so I'm going to start using you as a receiver, and he was effective in that role. So, you add Gibby into that mix too. So, you got 4 really good targets out there to catch the ball. Wentz had a good year last year. I mean, as far as yardage, he's able to get over 300 yards. The problem with him is he throws the interceptions, and you got to live with that. And as far as game winning, you can't depend on him to win the game for you.
Yeah. All right, Ron the Don, appreciate you.
Get you,
You what?
he will get you yardage, and he will be beneficial for the wide receivers, and that's where you need him at. Is just to get the wide receivers the ball. That's where you need him at. So, on that note, that's my take.
Ron the Don, everybody, appreciate you calling in, Ron.
All right, later, brother.
Yep. Ron the Don, people.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Run the Don.
So anyway, let's get to these super chats real quick. Zeke or Clyde, give me CEH in this one until we know what's what with the Dallas offense and how that's going to work and stack boxes and all that. I'm going to go ahead and lean toward Clyde in this one pretty easily. Thank you for the super chat, Jesus. I'll look for a question that you might have had after that. Swift DK for Debo and Gibby. Swift DK for Debo Gibby. Give me Swift DK all day long. I don't even care what your team is. Like I take that. It's value. Herbert 340 and 4 TDs, and Mike Williams 102 TDs. Let's go, says Avi. Avi dialing up a big old thing. Trade away Kamara, Gibson, get ETN Swift and Curtis Samuel. Trade away Kamara and Gibson, get ETN Swift and Curtis Samuel. I mean, bro, that's the easiest question I've been asked all day, practically, Kyle. And Kyle, I saw your message about the text line. Yeah, I can be out of pocket for several hours depending on what's going on with my situation. So like it is an on-demand text service, but like there's going to be times where I'm not sitting there with a phone in front of me going, because I get hundreds of messages in like an hour sometimes. So I can't. I'd be sitting there not working all day if I was answering the whole time. I get to it. Don't worry. I go through cycles where I blast through the messages. I'll get to it after I get off the show here. But yeah, trade away Kamara and Gibson for ETN Swift and Curtis Samuel all day long. And that's not necessarily because Curtis Samuel's involved in that trade, by the way. But I like Swift. That's a great trade. Lee with a $10 hauler.
$10 plus super chat.
Let's go, mashed potatoes.
Appreciate you, Lee. Lee says, need your help, Smitty. I'm in a Superflex league, and I got offered Eckler and Renfro for Devontae and Terry. My running backs are AK, Sanders, Mitchell, Walker, Spiller, Cooper, etc. So you got offered Eckler and Renfro for Devontae and Terry. Scary Terry. Running backs, AK, Sanders, Mitchell, Walker. Your running backs are kind of thin if you make this trade. But your wide receivers, Keenan, Cooper, are thin too. So it's almost like just balancing the scales almost doesn't matter because you're going to be putting Terry and Devontae in. And I don't know if you could pick up those Niner running backs that I told you to pick up earlier in the weekly so you could secure this up. And when I say Niner running backs, I don't mean Wilson. I mean take that gamble on the Jordan Mason and the TDP cuff. But I'm going to go ahead and say, I mean, this is tough. I don't know. You probably can survive the running back situation better. I'd take Scary Terry and Devontae. But that is a really tough call. Eckler didn't have a great game. Devontae did. I buy low on Eckler, but I'm not giving up Adams, I think, straight up. Which is crazy, but because coming out of the draft, you would have taken Eckler over Adams, but Adams looks good. And Scary Terry's a darn good wide receiver to throw into your lineup. Tough call. Renfro's not bad, but that's the way I view that. That's 50-50. That's a 50-50 call. You probably get people on half the side of that, people on both sides of the fence. Burks, let's see here. Nate says Samuel, Debo Samuel, or wait, who? Oh, Samuel. Samuel. Curtis Samuel at Detroit, Burks at Buffalo. Also score first TD tonight. Who scores the first TD tonight? Probably, I'm going to say, first touchdown is going to be Mahomes to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Let's dial it up. Or Clyde just runs it in, but I'm going to say Clyde probably by way of Patrick Mahomes. But I'm going to say, give me, what did Burks do last week? I don't even know what his stat line was. And what were his targets? Such an hot, cold player, and he's a rookie, so he's going to continue to be inconsistent all year, so get ready for that. Burks had 5 targets, 3 receptions, 55 yards. Not bad. Tough matchup. Give me Curtis Samuel in this one, but I don't know that I love Curtis Samuel over other. Like this is one of those situations where it makes sense to start Curtis Samuel, and that's a wide receiver 3 or flex. What doesn't make sense is when people want to put Curtis Samuel in over a guy like Darnell Mooney or a St. Brown or a wide receiver 2 or a high-end wide receiver 2 especially. How do you feel about replacing Dak with Carson Wentz? I mean, I'd rather have Davis Mills. I don't love Carson Wentz. I think Carson Wentz has some upside. He obviously played pretty well. But I think people are expecting a repeat of what he did in week 1 every single week. He can score. He can do okay. Carson Wentz, like Ron said, he had a pretty decent year. He's just kind of a disappointing guy at the end of the day. And I think if you put too much faith in him, you could get burned. That's just the nature of Carson Wentz and the history of Carson Wentz. He's definitely one of those guys that can burn you. Let's see here. Trade Hector. I'm going to answer this one for Hector. Trade Zeke for Josh Jacobs. No, I'd rather have Zeke Elliott, and I'm a person that tells you to get rid of Zeke Elliott, but not for that. Not for that, bro. No. B-Men just traded Michael Carter to the Breece Hall owner for DK. Traded Michael Carter for DK. I love that. I'm trading for DK all day long, bro. I don't care what anybody says. I love DK Metcalf. Carson, CEH or Kirk as your flex. Give me Clyde Thursday night. Not just because it's Thursday night. Don't make decisions based off that. It always backfires. But I do want to see him play. I do like him in this game. Trade Lance for Pitts. I have Brady and Schultz. If it's a 1 QB league, then like, what are you even asking this question for? Go do this sucker right now. If it's a super flex, then it's a whole different conversation. But you didn't say that, so I assume it's not. So would I trade Lance for Pitts? Absolutely. In a heartbeat. Especially if you have Brady. And I don't care if you have Dalton Schultz. You go get that value. If it's a super flex, then we have a whole different conversation. We need to have a little more detail involved. And probably the answer would be, it would probably be who's your second quarterback. Trade away Judy for Lamb. I would rather have Lamb. I think it'd be an overreaction to bump Lamb that far down. Not that Judy's like a bad player. I love Judy. But I think Lamb could be as consistent or more than Judy, even in his current situation and predicament. And not to mention, we don't even know what Cooper Rush... I mean, Cooper Rush targeted him a lot the last time they hooked up together and ran out there for a game. So, you got an opportunity to get a 100-yard receiver out of Lamb. Maybe the touchdown opportunities could go down a little bit because I don't think Rush is going to throw as many TDs as Dak would have. But the yardage could be there. The receptions and the yardage could be a safety net type of swapping of lower touchdowns, higher yardage and receptions. Maybe he seems to target them well from the sample we have. We don't have a big sample size of Rush and Lamb together, but it's a pretty good one for what we got to look at. Trade Matt Ryan for Dak and Superflex. Josh Allen and Malik Willis. 1-0, long-term season type move. Honestly, I don't think I'm buying into Dak right now. I'd rather have Matt Ryan. I'd rather have the security of Matt Ryan from now until Dak comes back. When Dak comes back, who knows how good he'll be. Also, how do I feel about Landry? I think Landry will be hit and miss. I think you'll start him some weeks. He'll do nothing. You'll put him out there. Then you'll bench him and he'll do well again. And he's just that kind of player and that kind of offense and in that kind of pecking order. Forklift guy, start Palmer tonight over Chase Edmonds or Stevenson. Now, Stevenson could be a tricky one. I think we maybe wait till we get a real good vibe, which we don't have yet, that Stevenson's going to be the guy. And unfortunately, that might be him breaking out and having a big game and us having him on the bench. I'd rather have Palmer in this situation for now. I know it's going to be too late to make a change, but could I feel differently about Stevenson going into Sunday? I could, like if we start feeling that vibe. But for right now, if I had to make the call, probably I'd lean toward Palmer and get that Thursday night action going. Hi, Smitty. Can you help me pick some possible trade scenarios? Trade CD for Pierce plus Mooney. Zach, you're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Hang tight while I answer the super chat, and then I'll get to you, okay? Sure. Can I... Possible trade scenario. CD for Pierce plus Mooney plus... Oh, no, and the number 2. So, no. Pierce and Mooney for CD. I mean, that's not bad. It's not bad. But Metcalf and Walker for CD. I like that one. I'd probably do that one so far. Number 3, Judy plus Stevenson. No, you can't buy Stevenson at that level yet. Breece Hall or Dillon, Ayuk or Bateman. So you could get Dillon for CD Lamb and Ayuk. I'd probably take that one as well. But I think I like the Walker and Metcalf one best, and I would do that deal. What's up, my man? What can I do for you?
What's up, Smitty? I made a trade yesterday. I just want to run it by you to see if it's Smitty approved. I traded Aaron Jones and Dalton Schultz for Javonte and Dawson Knox.
A. Jones, Schultz for who? Javonte Knox?
Javonte and Dawson Knox.
How'd you pull that off? Like, number one, let's break it down. I like Knox about as much as I like Schultz right now, given the quarterback situation. I know that's hard to hear for a lot of people that invested in Dalton Schultz. I think he'll be a safety net. I think he'll still be good. That doesn't mean he's outside my top 6 or 7 tight ends. It's like Schultz, Freiermuth, and Dawson Knox all right there at like 5, 6, 7, 8. In that range right there, kind of just jumping around. Matchup may be dependent between who do I play between Schultz, Knox, and Freiermuth. I like all 3 that much. Dalton got brought into that conversation versus being up above him because he has a quarterback situation on his hands where I don't know what to expect between. I don't know how many targets or quality targets or if touchdown volume gets knocked down a huge amount. That I don't know what that looks like yet. So I'm going to say. Knox, in my opinion, is probably safer than Dalton Schultz right now. Right now. I think Knox is so undervalued. I don't even understand how people are cutting him and putting him on the bench for, crap options. I don't get it. Knox is a great play. So I could call that a wash. Take out Schultz and Knox for right now with Dak out. Call that a wash. You got Javonte for Aaron Jones. Javonte is a first-round talent. He's a first-round talent. If he scored that touchdown, he would have had, I think, the second highest fantasy football points for a running back in week 1. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. You could probably say that about 100 different players. Like, if he would have got a touchdown. If Jamar Chase would have caught 2 touchdowns that were, his. If ETN would have caught his touchdown and not been overthrown on his other touchdown, he would have had 2 TDs and everybody would have been talking ETN up. So woulda, shoulda, coulda is a dumb game. But I do believe you crushed this trade, and I 1,000% Smitty approved.
Just been Smitty approved.
What else you got? Besides bragging about this monster trade you just fleeced somebody for coming in flexing.
In my other league, I'm starting Russell Gage and Julio Jones in my flex. Would you not do that, or is that a good play without Godwin or potentially with Mike Evans out too?
Mike Evans isn't out. Everyone's saying potentially Mike Evans out. Everyone's talking about Mike Evans being out. I had another call on that where what do I do, with Michael Evans potentially being out? He's not potentially out. The most recent report is that Mike Evans, it's considered minor. He's always hurt, bro. And now, will he eventually get hurt? Probably. He probably will. But he's not. For now, you can't assume he's out. For now, you got to assume it's minor, just like the report suggests. So for right now, I think it's a bad idea. Gage coming back, I trust Julio more than Gage. I put Palmer out there instead of putting both of them out there. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. And could Evans sit and then you have a dilemma? Then I would consider it maybe. But give me Julio. Give me a Jordan Palmer or Joshua Palmer. Give me a obviously a Clyde, anything like that. You got any other options? What other options do you got?
I mean, that's the problem. I don't really have any other options. I mean, I was thinking about trading like Jordan Mason and Ty Davis Price for like a Kenneth Walker, but that's not going to really help me this week anyways.
Yeah, I'd do that though. Punch that, bro.
You would do that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd do that trade. On a side note. Little sidebar.
Uh-huh.
Do it.
Yeah, I mean, my bench, I have Sky Moore, I have Khalil Herbert, I have Jalen Warren, Benjamin, but it's like a really deep league, as you can tell.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Smitty. Appreciate
All right, man.
it.
Dial in if you got a follow-up on that later. Okay. Gordon, Bateman, Drake London for Montgomery. Gordon, Bateman, Drake. I mean, I might take the gamble on Monty on this one, but, I mean, London's pretty decent. Gordon's scoring. Like, I guess on paper it's not the greatest trade in the world, but, like, if you want to roll the dice on Monty, what's the status of Monty? Like, let me look him up real quick, because I feel like Monty's, like, you just gloss over it was a water bowl, like I said, so you can't judge him. But, like, I didn't even get a vibe on Monty at all. Like, 17 carries. And again, you can't judge him. 1.5 yards a carry, but it was such a bad game. 17 carries for 26 yards. Wow. He got 17 totes of the rock. And he came away with 2.6 points on that. He did have 3 receptions for 24 yards, so there's more PPR points to add to that. But, wow, rushing alone, he got 2 point. If I would have told you, guess how many points Monty got? He had 17 carries in the game. You'd have been like, whoa, okay. Maybe at 100? Maybe. I mean, you could. No, 26 yards, Bob. That's crazy, man. Wow. What a bad outing. But I'd probably take the chance on Monty, I suppose. This super chat here, would you do Trey for Pitts in Dynasty Superflex? It depends on your second quarterback. I think this is the one tied to the Brady one, right? I mean, you have Brady who could retire. This is probably his last year, and then what do you do at quarterback? But you have some questions around Lance in the situation, and I'll be honest, I think Shanahan, as much as I love Trey Lance and I don't think Trey Lance will fail, I'm starting to believe Shanahan could make it happen. Shanahan could will it to fail. Shanahan could make a dumb decision and put Jimmy G in there and destroy this kid's confidence. And Shanahan, I don't trust Shanahan at all. I'd rather have Kyle Pitts at this point. If you can pick up Malik, I think you said you have Malik Willis. I trust Pitts more. I like Kyle Pitts. I know that's crazy, but I don't trust Shanahan at all right now. I really don't trust Shanahan at all. Full PPR, Hunt Sunday or Juju tonight. I'd probably go Hunt, but that's hard to sit a guy playing tonight. It always is, bro. Thank you for the super chat. Start 1.5 PPR, Pierce, Mooney, Dobbins, Ayuk. Don't go Dobbins yet. Mooney or Pierce? Mooney's safer. Pierce is a dice roll. It's a fun dice roll, but Mooney's safer. If you want safety, go Mooney. Everybody keeps discrediting Mooney. I love Mooney. Patterson for Elliott. Give me Patterson. Patterson continues to do it. Let's give Patterson the respect he deserves. What's up? You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Hang tight for me real quick. Would you trade Trey for Pitts? I already got that one. Yes. And then Hollywood, Etienne, Hendo, Pierce, Palmer need 1 wide receiver, 2 flex. Give me Hollywood, and then 2 flex. That would be Etienne, and it comes down to Hendo or Pierce, and we might need to make that call later in the week, Shoddy. I want to get a feel for Pierce because I want to put him out there, but if we're not feeling the vibe, we're not feeling the vibe. For right now, we're holding him, we're waiting, but like I have a feeling Pierce is gonna make a lot of people that doubt him a little upset. It's going to take him a little time, but he's going to go in a positive direction. I don't think things go down. I think they go up and maybe vertical real quick. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to?
Hey, this is Kurtwood, Smitty.
Kurt?
Kurtwood.
Kurt Wood.
Yeah, he would, if he could. Hey,
I'm just going to call you Wood.
I've been listening for about 3 weeks now, and man, I kind of got a dilemma in a Superflex league. It's my first year playing Superflex.
Okay, hit me with it. We're going to call you the Wood. We're going to call you the Wood. All right,
All right. Yeah, man. Okay, I got stuck heavy with a running back deal, but my quarterback's Justin Fields, Debo, Eckler, Goddard, Swift, Javonte, and D Mills. My bench is Cooks, Dameon Pierce, Mooney, and Pickens, and I'm wide receiver weak.
So you got Fields, Debo, Eckler, Goddard. It auto-corrected Goddard. Hold on. It's going to bother me.
Yep.
Goddard. Okay, Swift, Javonte, Mills. Am I missing somebody? Carrick, YouTube membership. Appreciate you. Fields, Debo, Eckler, Goddard, Swift, Javonte, Mills. Who am I missing?
Yeah, my bench. Cooks, Pierce, Mooney, and Pickens.
Okay. I like your bench. Cooks, Pierce, yeah. Mooney? Okay, so what's your question? Mooney's a fantastic wide receiver.
I feel like I'm wide receiver weak, and I've got such a short bench, and we've got such a, for this,
Jake?
Superflex, I feel like I'm really weak. And Cooks, I don't know. I feel like I need to do something to get somebody little, more respectable on the quarterback position, maybe, or no.
I mean, bro, you have Mooney and you have Brandon Cooks on your bench, and you're worried about your wide receivers. You don't need to be. Those are two very good wide receivers. Brian, like Mooney on your bench bothers me. That's how good he is. It bothers me he's on your bench.
Okay.
Like I'm not worried about your wide receivers. I feel like if anything, I'm more worried about, like, can you upgrade at quarterback somehow to then dominate? Jose, appreciate it. Because if you get a better quarterback than Fields in here, like a Burrow, if you can buy low on a Burrow before his value goes hiking back up, then it's like this is like a game over lineup. Game over. Like, close the door. Goodbye. The wood is here to stay. The wood's taken over.
I mean, I wouldn't even know how to begin to get up to him.
So name your bench one more time. You got Mooney, you got Cooks, you got Pierce,
and Pickens.
That's a good bench, bro. Pierce, you wait. I mean, Pierce will probably gain value, then you can make a trade. You wait. Mooney gains his value back, and people are like, Mooney's back. The Woods got him. I'm going to go to the Wood. The Woods got the answers. The Woods got Mooney on his bench. And then on top of that, Brandon Cooks. You could trade Brandon Cooks and Fields for a tiny itty-bitty QB upgrade. Because Superflex thins out people's lineups, man. You like,
it does.
A lot of people don't have a Brandon Cooks on the bench. You're getting a little greedy, Wood. You're getting a little greedy because you got a really nice bench in the Superflex, and I bet you there's somebody out there that would love to have Brandon Cooks in their lineup, and you could give them Fields and Cooks. They're excited about Fields. Maybe you may have to wait a week, but your bench should turn out some kind of opportunity for you. Just give it patience. Don't make a trade too early. I like it. I like your team. Your team's fire. Mills is great,
man. Yeah, hey, I like your stuff.
Do you is Malik Willis on waivers?
Hey, I heard you saying this. I heard you last night on this, and because I want to spring, and I don't know when to spring because our bench is so short.
Who's your worst two players on your bench?
Pickens and Pickens, because the rest is money. It's Pierce, Cooks, and Mooney.
That's your bench. Your bench is literally 4 players.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah, man, my guys at work are stiff.
Wow. Fred says he loves me in House of Dragons. Am I the main character? Is it because of the dragon skin that I've got? This pale white dragon skin. Am I a Targaryen? Is that what you're trying to suggest, Fred? I take compliments to that. I love this show. I'll be honest. I don't know if you watch it, The Wood. I don't know if you watch House of Dragons, but this might be a little controversial, but I think it could be as good as Game of Thrones. I mean, nothing can really beat the way that came out of nowhere, just struck a chord. But like House of Dragons feels like it's just a continuation. It doesn't feel like a lesser quality. I love it. I love it almost as much as your bench. But Pickens for Malik in a super flex, I'm taking Malik.
Dropping Pickens for Malik?
Look, it's a super flex, man. And if Malik gets in there after, the halftime or something, he'll be the hottest commodity in your league. No one's racing to pick up Pickens. They're racing to pick up Malik. And I don't know what your bye week situation. We don't have time for that, but I don't know what that might do to you. But I don't know, bro. I would take Malik now in a super flex. I'm telling you, it's a win a league strategy. I like Pickens.
Well,
you see me talking Pickens up a lot, but do you see me saying Pickens is a league winner? No, you see me saying Malik Willis is a league winner in super flex.
Yeah.
So you're gonna wait around the wood, or are you gonna rise up the wood and go get the man Pickens, put him on your bench, and go preemptively get this thing taken care of?
Malik Willis. Hey, appreciate it, Smitty, man. I like what I hear from you, brother.
All right, man. Appreciate you, the Wood. Later. The Wood, the man, the new man, the myth, the legend. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Dirt, appreciate you. Pick one, Pacheco or Rashad White. Pacheco for right now, but look, Fournette is banged up. We don't know how badly. We keep hearing things. Same thing we're hearing with, they got to be fair. We're hearing the same things out of Swift and Mike Evans, and we'll see about Fournette. We got to be fair and say that if those guys can be banged up and we're not worried. I can't sit here and start sounding the alarm on Fournette, but I do believe that Rashad White's still going to be, you're going to wish you had him. You're going to wish you had him. People dropping him are going to wish they had him. Pacheco, Kenneth Walker. I'd rather have Kenneth Walker long term. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to? I think, I'm sorry, who is this? Yeah, I got two calls merged in here on accident. I don't know. Let's start off with Roy. Roy, go ahead.
I'm Superflex, heavy FPR, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Tua, and Justin Fields.
Okay.
I want three from my TV, but I'm probably running back. I have Henderson in for flex, and then I have Cam Akers, and I have J.K. Dobbins.
Okay.
And then at wide receiver, I have Marquise Brown.
So it's a lot to take in because I've got a lot going on here. Can you simplify it to like one question and then we'll tackle it?
Yep. Who should I trade? Because I don't think I'm weak anywhere, but I want the highest upside, and I have 4 QBs. Someone dropped Dak Prescott, so I might be able to pick him up. But who do you think is worth trading for Justin Fields or Tua?
Justin Fields or Tua?
I'm looking at getting Kyle Pitts because I have Cole Kmet.
Yeah, give me a couple scenarios because you have a lot of players, and I don't know we have time to list them all off again, but just like give me a couple scenarios and let's try and work it out. What are you thinking?
I was thinking Justin Fields and Cole Kmet for Kyle Pitts.
And you have what are your quarterbacks again?
Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Tua.
Yeah, definitely go get Kyle Pitts. Take advantage of your quarterback depth. And then you just heard me talking up Malik Willis. I mean, if he's sitting out there too, I'm going to be pretty disappointed right now because you can
Someone got him.
Someone's got him. Okay, because I was going to say you could throw that out there and then bring in Malik. Yeah, that's an easy call, man. You got the depth to do it, and Superflex people are doing this all the time. Did we get it looks like we got 20. Yeah. We got a 20 bag gifted membership from Bender. Chad Bender dropping a 20 gifted membership situation on our hands. Let's go ahead and toss this up. Look at this bad boy Bender. Let's get a round of applause for Bender for dropping 20 gifted YouTube exclusive memberships. Bender. Nice work. Everyone's getting, look, Crod's getting one. They're rolling in up here at the top. Bender, I want to put you in the corner here for a little bit to reward you for being such a monster on the channel. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, go get it, bro. Go get it. Go get Kyle Pitts. Do it now. Do it live. Come back and let us know when it's done so we can celebrate and give you a standing ovation because, I mean, bro, that's a great trade.
Oh, yeah, man. I'll try. Thank you so much.
All right, later. I'm sorry. Who else is on the line here? I don't know how we got merged here. I think he hung up. Patience is a virtue. Call back, whoever you were. Rock out, dial in anytime you want. The phone lines are open, my man. Appreciate you, Bender, for doing that. Super chat here. Full PPR Hunt Sunday or Juju tonight. I answered that one already. Definitely going Hunt. Dial in again. I missed your call. Sorry. Trade Patterson for Elliott. Give me Patterson. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show. Who am I talking to?
This is Alex.
Start Mooney Hung. Start Mooney Hernandez. This is an easy one. Thank you for the super chat. I'm sorry. What was your name?
Alex. This is Alex Cruz.
Alex, my boy, Alex. What's up, Alex?
All right, doing good. I wanted to get this call in because I need some sit advice before this Thursday night game.
Okay, well you are a probably, I think you're my longest. Guys, you're talking to a legend here. You should have an intro. You don't call in enough though. If you called in more, I could make you an intro. But you're on the phone. Alex Cruz is, I think, the first ever and the longest running YouTube exclusive member. I think you're number one. I think you're patient zero. So this is a legend you're talking to right now. This ain't no newbie. This is Alex Cruz.
Oh man, this is gonna go to my head, man.
Yeah, to the moon. The moon. You're going to the moon, not to your head.
Right.
Okay, so you're getting the marker board treatment. Let's go ahead and do this. Hit me with it.
All right, so I have in this league I need a flex. I have DK. I have that was my flex, but I picked up Joshua Palmer. Who would you play, Palmer or Metcalf?
It's easy for me to say DK, because I'm not overreactive to week one, but it's not hard for me to imagine Palmer having a monster game because I'm really excited about Palmer tonight. So as much as I want to. What?
I feel like I have a good team. I have Burrow, Chase, Swift, Dillon, AJ Brown, Freiermuth. So I feel like I don't think Metcalf has much upside, to be honest. I just don't see Geno being accurate down the field, and I don't see Metcalf scoring a touchdown unless it's a goal line. I think Joshua Palmer has more upside.
Yeah, I think Bender just...
Would you agree?
I would say a little more upside, yes. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I think Bender just dropped another 20 gifted memberships. So Bender, absolutely amazing job. He just gifted out 40 YouTube exclusive memberships.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
we'll have a couple more people for Sunday calls.
Yeah, we might.
This week.
Well, he might not have gifted those memberships, the $9.99 one, but he gifted people the ability to come in and drop those emojis and have the Sunday morning live chat access. So everybody that was gifted, those 40 individuals that were gifted YouTube exclusive memberships on behalf of Bender, Sunday, the last half hour leading into kickoff, I'm live on YouTube, locking down the chat to only $1.99 and $9.99 YouTube exclusive members are the only two packages I have.
So you would... I'm sorry, Smitty. We got 2 minutes here. So you would go...
Okay, I'm sorry. I would go with your gut. Your gut saying put Palmer in there. I would probably start DK. I don't think I could sit DK. I would want to get Palmer into my flex. If DK's your flex, good on you, Alex. I mean, you have an amazing team. I don't know who your other player...
I have Chase and Brown already.
Who?
With Swift and Dillon. Chase and AJ Brown are my other two receivers with Swift and Dillon.
Yeah, your team's amazing. I would go DK, but trust your gut because I think Palmer's gonna have a good day. I'm torn. I'm torn on it. I'd say go with your gut. Your gut's saying Palmer though. You're gonna be mad at yourself if you don't put him out there. So
yeah,
they're close enough. Until we see DK unleash, I don't think it's crazy whatsoever. I don't think it's crazy whatsoever.
He caught 7 balls. It was only for 36 yards, which is man, that's not good. If DK catches 7 balls, you think he has over 100 yards easily. He only had 36.
Yeah, DK caught a bunch of passes. A very undervalued situation DK's in. I think Gino loves him. I think people are ridiculous with how they judge DK Metcalf. A lot of receptions, man. He did pretty decent in PPR considering. And it looks like I would go DK. That's me. But please don't think that I don't absolutely love Joshua Palmer tonight. It's a close call.
Okay. And then also, I just got two trade questions for you real fast.
Okay.
One, I have, what would you want for Kelsey? Because I have this team that I don't really, I have McCaffrey on there, I have Chubb on there, I have Akers, and I have A-Rob, and I want to get into more secure players. What would you want for Kelsey? Because I have Kelsey on that team.
Okay, so you have Kelsey. Who are your running backs?
McCaffrey, Chubb, and Akers, I guess.
Who are your wide receivers?
Judy and Allen Robinson.
And who's your quarterback?
And Kyler.
Okay. Kyler's not bad. So if I'm trading Kelsey, I want to get into a Diggs, a Hill, a Debo, an AJ Brown. I don't think I'm going in any other direction. So my starting point is to go to these teams right here and then try and after you pick your anchor. So if Hill's your anchor of this trade, now you know that you can afford a little bit more of the second piece because Hill is a lot lower than Debo and those guys. So I'm excited about Clyde Edwards-Helaire tonight. I hope he does prove everybody wrong. And he's such an integral part of the offense, and he's a veteran. He knows this offensive playbook. So the lower you go, if you pick Debo, or if you pick A.J. Brown or Hill, you can get more on this piece right here. So I would look at this team. You can tell me who they have, the Hill owner and the A.J. Brown owner. But that's how I'd start constructing that trade, is find your anchor, which would be one of these wide receivers. And then of course, I would pick up Taysom Hill if he's out there. Who's your backup tight end?
I don't have one.
So Taysom Hill or Everett. You could have picked up Everett, which would have been a good one. Yeah, I don't know, bro. If it's me, I would go after these teams, and then depending on what they have, Hill and Breece Hall, type of thing. AJ Brown and a Breece Hall. I'm not saying they have this owner has that, but that's what I'm looking for. If I'm trading Kelsey, I want that wide receiver that's slightly below Kelsey in everyone's mind right now, and then you get the extra player.
Do you think that's the right move with that team, or is Kelsey
I mean, I'll be honest. You got a good team. I think you need to do 2 trades to win the league. I don't think you can win the league with this team. I think your other team sounds straight fire. This league, I think you need to make some moves. So you either trade Chubb on the high, Clyde Edwards-Helaire with the screen pass, doing Clyde things. Clyde looks good, man. Clyde looks good. I'm so excited for Clyde, not just because I feel like it vindicates a little of the older bold predictions that busted with Clyde, but just because this guy's been doubted. He played at 160 pounds last year off of that gallbladder or whatever surgery he had. 160. The dude's 209. He played at 160 pounds. He didn't have a chance last year, but he tried his little heart out. And now he's out there like the little engine that could, just bowling ball. Just looking amazing. Love Clyde Edwards-Helaire. This team needs 2 trades, Alex. I like it. It's good, but it is at least one trade away. So if you traded Kelsey away and you got, let's say, a Debo and a Breece Hall, and you can use that Breece Hall player at the flex, then I like this team a lot. Maybe you go to maybe your anchor needs to be Dawson Knox. Then find out who the extra, because the anchor doesn't have to be the best player in the deal. Sometimes when you make a trade, bro.
What do you think about like a Pitts or something like that. Maybe they're down on Pitts.
Love that idea. So Pitts and
Final-
who? Pitts and who? Who could you get? Pitts and a DK? You know what I mean? Like, that would be amazing. Pitts and DK.
Yeah.
You know, whoever they have, I definitely love that idea. But you could also go in the direction of Knox, make your anchor a lower ranked player. Now you can get a bigger gun player. Your second player is going to be bigger than your anchor player. But when you're doing a 2-for-1, find your anchor, attach to it, and then start looking at the rest of the roster and putting that player in until you feel like the scale is balanced just right. And when I say balanced, I mean heavily in your favor, even if it's quiet.
Right.
All right, Alex.
I don't want to take up too much.
Yeah, you got one more?
I just got one more thing. Quick thing. Would you trade like AJ Brown for Kamara?
In which league do you have AJ Brown in?
In the league where I have like Chase, Swift, Dylan.
Oh.
Like that really good team.
Burrow. AJ Brown for Kamara. I probably
because I have some depth in that.
I probably would. But that's tough.
It's close, but yeah. Okay.
I think the only reason I would is, I mean, AJ Brown, as much as I love him, I still feel like I feel like there's some injury risk there to say, hey, like that risk feels the same likelihood as a Kamara, situation. So
And that's what I would.
You know what I mean? Give me Kamara. Herbert's coming out onto the field. Let's give Herbert a cat call. Herbert coming out onto the field. Where's my Herbert music when I need it? Where is it at? Herbert.
All right, Smitty, thank you.
All right. Hey, Alex, appreciate you and all your support. You are literally, I believe, YouTube exclusive member Patient Zero. You've been here from the beginning. You don't show up a whole lot in the live streams, I'm going to tell you. A little disappointing. I don't see you in the chat or on the phone calls more, Alex, given that you are Patient Zero. And where's JP? You and JP are like some of the oldest followers I have. JP's nowhere to be found. I need you to get a hold of JP and tell him to get back.
I'm not as bad as JP. No, don't group me in with him.
You what?
No, I'm not as bad as JP. Don't group me in.
Yeah, JP's been MIA. I don't even know where JP. I don't even know if JP's even subscribed anymore. Like, what's he doing?
I show up though. I don't always type and stuff and call, but I'm in here.
Okay. Well, now you got the number. Save it in your phone and dial in anytime. All right, bro.
All right,
Appreciate you. I don't have a song for you, but Alex Cruz, the number one super or YouTube exclusive member ever. We'll make a song for you.
All right.
Later. All right. I want to say thanks to Bender. Let's give Bender another round of applause, dropping 40 YouTube exclusive memberships.
Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy. Atta boy, Bender. Bender doing Bender things. Look at this guy. Dropped 40 YouTube exclusive membership gifts. I love the gifted memberships, and everybody loves when people do it. Harmon, hold on. I'm trying to answer your call. Harmon, what can I do for you? You're live on the show.
What's up, Smitty? I don't know if you remember my team, but I took a shellacking this week.
Okay.
You want me to retell you my team?
Go for it.
Not Carson Wentz. Trey Lance. Kamara. Williams. Javonte Williams. DK. I just picked up Curtis Samuel. Mark Andrews at tight end. And then my two flexes are ETN and right now there's an empty flex spot. It's supposed to be Lazard, but he's injured, so I don't know. What to do. My question for you is, would you trade Curtis for CD?
Curtis who?
Curtis Samuel.
Come on, man.
What do you mean?
Like how like this is what I was talking about earlier. Curtis Samuel, the third wide receiver on the Washington Commanders. Curtis Samuel, one-game wonder Curtis. I'm not saying he won't be good or continue to play well. This guy's the third wide receiver, and everybody's acting like he's a fantasy god. I think people took away St. Brown's sun god name, and they just gave it to Curtis Samuel, the sun god. What are you guys doing? Like, look, bro, I appreciate you. I love you. You're taking a lap for this one.
Oh, God.
Your opponent's probably watching because we're only the best fantasy football show on the planet. Your opponent's watching right now. He's rescinding the trade. So go get it. Hang up on me and accept this ridiculous trade before it gets vetoed. Or is this just your idea?
It's been sent. I don't know if he's going to accept it.
Yeah. Okay.
I doubt he'll accept it.
You're
I doubt it.
You're dreaming right.
I mean, I see your comment, and people get some ridiculous trades, man. I just can't seem to get any of these.
Yeah. Well, you're trying to get the most ridiculous one. You said you might lose a friend over this offer, bro. You know what? Your buddy's going to call me up.
You are offer sucks. Your trade offer sucks.
Your buddy's gonna call me up and want me to play that for you, but we'll see. Maybe he accepts it. maybe he doesn't know what he's doing. I don't know. But hey, I gotta jump. I appreciate you, Harmon, for calling in. Oh, he hung up. Hopefully he was laughing the whole time. I think he's got thick skin and he took that the right way. I don't think he was mad. Harmon, did you hang up? Harmon, call back in. Chargers moving the ball. Gordon and Bateman or London from Montgomery already took care of that one. I'd take the gamble on Monty. Dion says, hey man, who can I look to trade for? My wide receivers are JJ Waddle, Elijah Moore, London, Dobbs. Running backs are Swift, Javonte. Good running backs. Trade for a wide receiver. Hey man, who can I look to trade? Oh no, just trade in general. Miles Sanders. I'm trading Miles Sanders like that. I'm trading JK like that. I'm holding on to Kenny Walker. Pacheco. I like Pacheco. Wait on him. JJ Waddle, Elijah Moore. Running back Swift, Javonte. You got a really good team. I'm trading Miles and JK and Waddle for a Debo or for a Tyreek Hill or for an AJ Brown potentially. So I'm trying to do a little itty bitty baby upgrade trade. Dion. Trade Eckler for Pittman and Breece Hall. That's an interesting one, but probably not enough for Eckler for me. Hopefully you didn't do that before the game started. Half need 2 wide receivers and a flex. Lamb, DJ Moore, Thielen, Landry, Juju. Lamb and DJ Moore would have been my choices there. Need 2 wide receivers and a flex. So Lamb, DJ Moore, and Thielen. Appreciate you. Trade CMC, B. Cooks, Madison for Adams, Hunt, and J. Rob. Give me the CMC, B. Cook. Give me the Adams and Hunt side, but barely. I mean, no, I'll keep the CMC side. I don't think I make that trade. All right, let me see if I can get these other super chats out the way, and then we're out the door. Eric with the super chat. Eric, I don't see a question. Oh, here it is. Eric said Dylan, Lamb for Dylan and D-Hop or Elijah Moore. I'd probably go Dylan and D-Hop over Lamb. I think that's a good trade to get out of that Lamb situation without overreacting and making a dumb move. I think that's a pretty good move to make. Ron Navy, appreciate your super chat here. Vamp, can Taysom be my tight end or should I grab Logan Thomas? Taysom can absolutely be your tight end. He's like a running back, wide receiver, tight end. They use him a lot. And wouldn't be shocked if he was starting games again at the quarterback position later and putting you in a different bind because ESPN will probably yank the tight end eligibility from you. But if he's in your lineup, maybe you get a week or 2 out of it until you have to swap him out because I think they allow you to do whatever you want to do. You just can't make another roster move, you know what I mean, when they do that. So everyone's going to say it's cheating, but it's called thinking ahead and using your noggin. is what it's called. Or should I trade Waddle for Pitts? I'd trade Waddle for Pitts. So scratch everything I just said. Can I trade E. Moore and Palmer too? You could. But I traded Muth for Breece Hall. I don't mind that. I think that was a good trade. So, yeah, go get Kyle Pitts, and then if you can't, the other plan of attack. I'd even pick up Taysom Hill anyway. Ron, thank you again, Ron, for that super chat. Ron dropping another super chat. Cruz is the man. Thank you, Ron, for that. And then I think we're all caught up on the super chats. Rock out. I'm waiting for your call in, and then we'll end the show after you call in. Everybody's going to watch the game anyway, so we'll probably jump out of here. Brian, full PPR, Palmer, or Hunt. Sorry if that was the last second one I didn't get to. I mean, Hunt safer, but I do hope Palmer has a good day. But Hunt safer. You can't sit Hunt right now off of what he's doing. Franny says pick one, Pacheco or Rashad White. Pacheco for right now, but it's obviously too late. The game has started. But if you have either one's good. Either one's a great hold. Rashad White is maybe I already answered that one. Is a fantastic hold. Trade CMC, B Cooks, already got that one. James, already got that one. Outdoors says trade Pittman. I got that one already. Eckler for Pittman and Breece Hall. Eckler's is so hard to trade, bro. I think you need more. I don't think you can give up on him. I know the game's already started, but you can't give up on Eckler, I think, yet. Gordon Bateman. Okay, so 3-0. Boring first quarter so far. Drop Rondell or Pickens for Akers, Mooney, Claypool. Why is Mooney on waivers? Grab Mooney right now, Cooks. This is ridiculous. The disrespect to Darnell Mooney. It's ridiculous, man. A.J. Brown for Hall plus Higgins. A.J. Brown for Hall plus Higgins. I take Hall and Higgins. And I love A.J. Brown, but I take Hall and Higgins all day long. Because you got two components there, each of which could be, not will be, not for sure, just could be as good as the other side of that trade. I love A.J. Brown, but Higgins could be as good. He could be as good. All right, Rock Out. Send me a voice message real quick, Rock Out. I got to get back to the voice messages on the show, too. This is Bender. Bender.
Smitty to the moon. It's Bender. Fella. I need a little help here. Dynasty team. Not PPR. We get extra points for long touchdowns. We can't stack extra players. We have to have a mirror bench from starters. My keepers were Chase, Hill, Adams, and Pitts. And I threw Mahomes back in the draft.
I gotta agree.
Offered all my draft picks next year and Brian Ross.
Bender, I'm sorry, but is this Bender? Is this the same Bender? Because if it is, we owe him this. Listen, but this is you are passing Michael. You're passing Kevin Williams is the longest voicemail I've ever heard in my life. I don't even know. I'm not even listening anymore. What's going on?
Can't get it done. I tried to go for Herbert. Tried to do the Burrow.
I mean, you're leaving. Stop swearing to Bender. You're out. You're out, Bender. You just dropped 2 swear words in the middle of a voicemail. And on top of that, is this the same Bender? Can I get confirmation this isn't Chad Bender? Chad, that's not your voicemail, right? Can you confirm that's not your... Okay, that's not Chad. Chad, is that you? That's not you, though, right? I think he said no, but can you confirm one more time that that's not you? Before I do this, let's keep it short, Bender. I think it's a different Bender. I just want to make sure. If it's this Bender, I'm answering his question. If it's a different Bender, you dropped 2 F-bombs. Same guy. Okay. Never mind. Hold on. Let's pull back. Let's pull back. Okay.
I got it.
Great voicemail.
The stack is huge. I got Tua and Hill. Kind of banked on that, but
no more swear words though, Bender. You can't drop them.
What do you think, man? What do you think?
Can you? I can't replay it because of the swear words. Bender, give me a synopsis of that, and let me answer the question. Give me reword it for me because I can't play that live with the swear words. But drop it again, and I'm going to answer it before we leave. It's a word salad. Bender. Smitty to the moon. Here I am telling him his voicemail is a word salad, and he's dropping a $25 super chat in the middle. And he did gifted subs, 40 of them. Bender, I'm ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed of myself right now. I'm a greedy man. I'm a greedy man that's not appreciative. You just dropped 40 gifted subs, a $25 super chat, and here I am ripping on your voicemail.
Mashed potatoes!
Bender, you're the man. But I do want you to reword that for me real quick. Is Bender Canadian? Bender, I want you to reword this. Let's help out Bender real quick. I just can't replay it again because unfortunately I don't know where those bombs were at during the voicemail. Mahomes back to pass. I'm waiting on Bender. Bender. Bender says, don't listen. I said I rambled into the dirt. Bender, I still want to help you, so please compose a question for me so I can help you. You don't have to super chat. I'm going to find it. You've done so much already. Rambling word salad. I am Canadian, he says. Bender spent over $100 on the show today, and you're killing him. Bender spent over $100 on the show today, and I'm not even answering his question. Like, hanging up on his voicemail. Bender, I'm sorry. I'm a greedy man. I want to help you. I'm Canadian. Okay, mirror bench. All right, here we go. Bender, let's go. It's too much to ramble. I can text you. Bender, I'm here for you. Bender, let's call Bender up. Bender, send me a text real quick so I have your number at the top. I've got so many texts here. Actually, Bender, call the line. Call the line right now. The text line. I'll answer. Let's get you on speaker here. We're helping Bender out. If it's the last thing we do before we jump off the show, we're helping Bender out. Bender's the new voicemail king. I believe so. I think Bender... Bender's my rambling twin brother. You might be related to Ron Navy. How do I call the line? Aren't you on the text line? If so, just call that number. I don't answer it when people call it because it's a text line, but I will answer for you, Bender. I will answer for you. Or dial into this. Let's see here. Here, Bender, email me right now through the fantasyfootballshow.com and I'll call you up. Oh no, Bender's trying here. Here we go. Bender. Okay, don't swear. Okay, first and foremost. All right, what can I help?
Wentz, Tua. I need an upgrade on quarterback. It's a dynasty 12-year. I offered everything from Mahomes, Herbert, Burrow, Hurts. No one wants to do anything.
Okay, Wentz and Tua. So what's the question? You're trying to trade one of those quarterbacks for a wide receiver or a running back or something?
No, my wide receivers are Adams, Hill, Chase, and E. Moore.
Okay.
And my are Kenneth Walker, C.H.
What's up, Smitty? What's up, bro? You trying to call me?
Stevenson and Carter.
What's up, Silver? We're still live on the show and we're answering Bender's question here. But you can hang out here, Silver. Or you can help us. Okay. So you're trying to offer Wentz. What targets are you looking at? Look at Deke.
No, I don't want to offer Wentz. I want to upgrade, but who's next in there to even get when those guys won't trade? And I have Pitts as my TE.
Smitty, hey, Smitty, brother.
Yeah, Silver.
I'm just now meeting up with this lady friend of mine, and I'm about to meet up with her and jump out of my truck, bro.
Okay.
I don't want to try to put this phone call short, man. Call me tomorrow, brother.
All right. We'll see you later, Silver.
Sorry, team. I'll throw another 100 in there for Smitty to the moon.
No, but Bender, what can I help? What is the question?
What should I package to upgrade in my running back and Tua?
So it's a Superflex. So yeah.
No, it's not.
It's not a Superflex. No one's taking Wentz or Tua then.
No one. And
Bender, the language, Bender, the language, Bender.
we don't have
You have no filter.
video control in Canada, man. So they don't censor this stuff.
You have no filter. It's your instinct. I bet you drop an F-bomb every 4 or 5 seconds in the normal everyday conversation because you can't even control it. Flea.
That's why Smitty's the man. He knows this.
Yeah. Okay, so Bender, I'm confused here. You trying to trade Tua or one of those Wentz?
I'm not trying to trade those guys. Who would you recommend as an upgrade? The top 4 are locked down. No one will trade for them.
Is Davis Mills on waivers?
Yes.
I would grab Davis Mills.
And who do I drop? Wentz or Tua?
Probably Tua.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. You could also pick up and hold Malik Willis if you have some kind of like real bad bench player you could drop. If it's shallow benches, you can't really do that. But I think Malik Willis is going to be a real nice fantasy football scoring quarterback once he gets in there.
Okay.
But
you have to have a mere bench, so I can't load
yeah.
up on certain people. So you know what I mean?
But monitor him. You can monitor him. But I think Davis Mills is your solution for right now. Then I go try and buy Burrow. I spend a couple hours shooting out low ball trade offers trying to get Burrow.
The guy that has him is his favorite team, and
Okay.
I've got Chase, and it's a 12-year dynasty, so
Yeah.
it's never gonna happen.
Yeah, I like. Look, Davis Mills could drop top 6 to 12 quarterback numbers, like 7 to 12. You know, so that's your solution. Hey Bender, I appreciate you.
Thanks for your time, and I apologize for my language, Team Smitty. You're the man.
You're the man, and I appreciate you dropping the supers, and I'm glad I took care of you finally after all that. Appreciate you.
Thanks, pal. Sorry for the word salad.
No, that's all right. Later, pal.
Take care, pal.
Bender. I need a song for Bender. We need one for Alex Cruz. Alex. Bender. There we go. All right, guys. I think I'm all caught up on the super chats. I'm going to bounce out of here. Go watch the game. Oh, bad sport. Says picked up Deshaun Watson and Brian Robinson off waivers. They were just sitting there. Thanks for the advice. Good job, bad sport. Put Brian Robinson on IR if you're allowed to. Then you can have more of a chance to pick up somebody else. Appreciate your super chat. $10 hauler. Amazing.
$10 plus super chat.
You are amazing. You're all amazing. We've got more YouTube memberships. Did somebody just do it again? Did Bender just drop another 20 gifted subs? I'm not sure if that's old or brand new. I think that's new again. He might have dropped in 60 gifted subs today. Yeah, it looks like it's going right now. 60 There's a lot of you out there that are getting these gifted subs right now. And that's from Bender. Bender dropped 60 gifted subs today. So everybody give Bender a round of applause. Bender.
Mashed potatoes.
Bender dropping about over a hundo on the show today, and he only got one question answered, and he's such a good sport about it. Bender, thank you for dropping another 20 gifted subs. You guys have gifted memberships. What does that get you? That gets you on Sunday morning, the last half hour leading into kickoff. Look at all these gifted subs coming in. You guys can get on here with me. I lock down the chat to only people with the YouTube exclusive memberships, and I'll answer your questions. So join me. Bender dropping another $25 wad. Smitty, I don't listen. I said I rambled into the dirt. You're fine. So go ahead and make sure you thank Bender on your way out the door. I'll see you all probably tonight for at least a Q&A of some sort. I think I got all these super chats. Thank you, Bender, again. Drop Rondell Moore. Yeah, Mooney. Mooney's an ad. I don't know why Mooney's out there. Oh, Mike Williams catching a raindrop with the PI. at the 2-yard line. Is it going to be Mike Williams finishing it off with a touchdown catch? Sometimes you see that happen. The guy goes down to the 2, they get up to the line, and they throw it to the same guy that got him down there. Is it going to be a Mike Williams touchdown, or will it be Austin Eckler in for the score, or will somebody vulture it? Before I go, I'm gonna make sure to play call this one out. Russian collusion dropping the $20 hauler. Collusion, the man, the myth, the legend. People need to see your show. Collusion, I appreciate you. Bender, can you write your trade question in the chat, says Chris. Okay, so penalties declined. 1st and goal. Let's go. Who's going to score this touchdown? Collusion.
$10 plus super chat.
Appreciate you, Collusion. Mike Williams finally doing Mike Williams things. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Look at all the memberships rolling in. All right, guys, enjoy the game. I'm going to go get some food with Miss Smitty. Or we're going to order something. Kyle, I'm going to get to your super or your text messages. Don't worry. Just hang tight. I'll go look for yours. Oh, that's not Eckler. That's vulture time. Is that Michelle? What a horrible. Why do that? Why not give your star running back the touchdown? Even if they don't play fantasy, I get it. Like, just the disrespect of not given the touchdown to your main man. Let's go. Put Eckler in there. What are they doing? Okay, timeout. We're out of here. Appreciate you all. See you later tonight for a Q&A. A little Q&A sesh. Bender. Would Bender please report to the principal's office? Would Bender please report to the principal's office for using foul language on the show multiple times while dropping monster super chats? Bender, please report to the principal's office, to your local Canadian principal's office. Everybody have a good night as Bender's gifted memberships come rolling in. Collusion, I appreciate you. Ron Navy, I appreciate you. Bender, I appreciate you. Appreciate all of you. See you tonight. Gifted memberships go out randomly, James, so hopefully you get one from Bender. Appreciate you all, guys.
Herbert is the go. He'll punch you in the throat. Herbert is the go. He'll punch you in the throat.